host of the Benny Johnson show, Benny Johnson. So Minneapolis has declared an invasion and Americans are the invaders. What does that mean?
Yeah, Jesse, I mean, I'm shocked to learn that it's riot season already. Most Democrats just got done taking down their January 6th decorations. Who can keep up with the times? Democrats spent the last week lecturing Americans about how much they supported law enforcement, federal law enforcement, Jesse, on January 6th. Remember, that was what they were fighting for. We back the federal law enforcement that were attacked on January 6th. And what happens less than 24 hours after that lecture, that moralizing, that candlelight vigil? Jesse, they're out calling an ICE agent acting in self-defense a murderer. This is cognitive dissonance. This is something that psychologists have to study because it means you can hold two competing and countervailing thoughts in your mind at the same time. They are right now saying that the murderer, the woman who tried to run over an ICE agent in her car, her name's Renee Good, she is in video demonstrably trying to ram and run over this agent. You can see it in the body cam footage. They're calling her the victim and the ICE agent the murderer. It's flipping the narrative, and it's totally dishonest. It's impossible to keep up with. And here's how you can test who's the true insurrectionist, Jesse. Who are the true people who want civil war? Deploy federal forces to any blue city, any blue state, and see what happens. Try the same thing in a red state. Which places are the federal agents going to be treated with respect, are going to have their lives not threatened, and where are they going to be dragged through the street? That's your answer.
And we're watching a lot of the tape. It's a lot of women. And we've shown you some very militant women on television, on the streets. Why is this a feminist-run resistance?
Well, one, because all of their men went to the free vasectomy bus at the DNC and got that problem taken care of.
Oh, yeah.
And then two, that's I was at the DNC, Jesse. There was a line down the street to go get a vasectomy in the back of a bus driving down the pothole-filled streets of Chicago. Doesn't sound like a great afternoon to me, but Democrats were signing up for it like hotcakes. I got to tell you, Jesse, there's a negative testosterone problem on the left, but more importantly, these angry women, what is in fact their problem? And I think that I can diagnose it. I'm no psychiatrist, but I think I can diagnose it. A lot of these women are in fact what J.D. Vance once called childless cat ladies. Taylor Swift once bragged about being a childless cat lady. That's why she supports Kamala. But that doesn't get rid of your need to mother. If you are a woman, you're still created by God with a motherly instinct. It's just when you don't have children, that instinct moves somewhere else. And for leftists, that primary instinct has moved to the criminal alien. Why? Because your instinct as a parent is to raise up your own children with the same value system that you have so that your worldview can progress, so that your worldview can stay alive and not go extinct. The Democrat Party is going extinct by choice. They're not having children, and they're trying to project their worldview and power onto criminal aliens. It's actually horribly sad.
And the ones that do have children, they dropped them off at daycare before they drove their car into an agent. Some of them even bring the infants to these violent rallies. What have you seen from this police chief in Portland? I think he was crying.
What exact? I don't understand this. If you are supposed to be enforcing the law, why are you crying over criminals? Why are you crying at all, frankly? There is a single crying pass for a man. I think that's at the birth of your children. That's it. You get a chance to do that, Jesse. I know you're a father. I'm a father.
If you're in pain.
Right? Like these are real.
Severe pain,
yeah,
maybe.
You don't.
Crying in agony.
So Right. On the list of things you should cry about, like scumbag, dirtbag, criminal alien, gangbanger tries to commit vehicular homicide, isn't there.
No.
It's Old Yeller, It's a Wonderful Life, the birth of your child.
Yeah. A couple Budweiser commercials, too, around Christmas time.
Yeah.
That always gets
That's
me,
right.
buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Good to see you.
Sure.
Take care. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.